Hey guys, we're doing a little install today on our Canyon Red Rock. So we are on the back, and on our prior video I've shown you guys how to remove all of this, and including that top of the rear fender. So I'm not going to repeat to remove that, but we've got the back here, and today we are going to remove this factory stick-on, and we're going to replace it with an LED. So we're gonna be able to get some side visibility, a little bit of rear visibility on both sides. So we're going to remove this top plate, which is held on by 6 plastic screws, 3 on each side. I've gone ahead and removed the plastic screws. These are Torx 20. And I'm going to show you where they're located on the bottom of this, which is actually pretty easy. So first thing that you want to do is go ahead and remove your side case, top case, and best thing to do is actually just flip these link tie downs here towards the outside. And now I'm going to show you where the screws are located on the bottom side and how to remove this plate. So let's go ahead and get this started. All right guys, so here's the shot from the bottom of the plate. So you've got one hole here, second one here, one here, so it's 3 per side. So I'm gonna come around. Here's the center on the back. And here's your camera, rear view camera, if your model's equipped with one. And here's the other screw hole here, here, and here. So again, it is the Torx 20. They're plastic screws. So just go ahead, if you remove all of that, that'll allow you to be able to take that top plate off. All right. So once you've removed the screws, this top plate is going to be able to come off, and this right here, you're going to want to just kind of unhinge this off. So this plate will be able to just come right off like that. And you see how this back just kind of clips off just like that. All right, so when you go to put it back, it clips on like that and then slides forward. That's it. And so your reflector is actually attached to this piece right here. So here's your link clip right here. So this is just gonna probably just unclip just like that. So don't let that fall out. So when you have it on the bench, this will probably just unclip like that. So you'll go ahead and just warm this up a little bit, and you'll be able to just peel this off. We're gonna stick the new reflector on, drill a little tiny hole, you'll never see that, and then we're just gonna go ahead and run our wires down. So let's go ahead and get this started. All right, now that we've got the plate here, we want to go ahead and remove this reflector. So if you have a hair dryer, you can warm this up, or you can just actually take this pry tool. Since this bike is fairly new, this adhesive really hasn't set up much yet. You can pretty much just go ahead and just pry this off. It should come off pretty easily. It's gonna come up pretty nice. We'll take off all the adhesive here. And just clean off this residue. All right. And we're gonna just repeat that on the other side. we got this other side off, and just go ahead and we'll clean this one up. And then we can position our new reflector, and we'll get the wire through to the other side. Now that we've got our reflector taken off, we want to go ahead and drill this with our cone drill right here. So your kit will have 2 reflectors that comes like this, and it will already be wired, and it will have the connector on the end of it. So with this, you will have a harness that it plugs into. So we'll have 2 2-pin harness that it plugs into, and it has this 4-pin, and it also has this 4-pin. Now the reason why you have this harness is that this is technically an add-on kit. So what this adds on to the center light that is on the Canyon. On my previous video, it adds on to this particular light. So let me show you what that light is on the Canyon. So guys, if you remember, we did the installation of this almost like the very first thing that we did. So this light is the running and the brake for the center right above the license plate on the Canyon. So when you install this first, this is actually a 4-pin harness that comes on this. So let me go back on the bench, and I'm going to show you what that harness looks like. Okay, so that center light that I just showed you was the first thing that we installed on our Canyon when we first got it. So when you order that center light, it's exactly the same, just like this, but that one has a 4-pin versus a 2-pin for the side light, because the side light is only a running light. The center light on the back is a running and also a brake light. So the center light comes with this harness, which plugs into the tail light. So it's got the plug for the tail light, male and female, and it has this 4-pin output which plugs in here. So when you buy this, it comes with this kit. Now, when you do this add-on, it has this harness. So basically, if you buy this add-on and you have this kit, you will get this harness. So what you will do is you will disconnect this light, because it will be connected like that. You will disconnect that. You will take this splitter, which comes from this light, and you will connect it like that. So the 4-pin that's on here, you will reconnect the center light like that, and the 2 that comes off of here, you will connect this light, one on each side. So this will be from this side, and this light, once you connect it for this side, will connect to this side. Pretty simple. So everything is all plug and play. You got one for the center, and then one for each side, and this harness, like I said, is already on your bike. So to get these on the side, you have to have this center light first. Install this, and then you can do this add-on, and everything is all plug and play. All right, so let's go ahead and continue to install the side. All right, so I'm going to put this light up against here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and mark it so I'll know where to drill it. And I've got my marker here. Got it positioned there in the center, and I'm just going to go ahead and get that marked right there. So I'll know exactly here, right here, down in the center. I'll mark that right in the center. So we'll drill it, we'll get the wire through. So you want to drill it just big enough for this connector to go through, but once you put this reflector on, it'll be hidden, so you won't be able to see that. All right, so let's go ahead and get this covered up. Let's go ahead and get this drilled out. All right, so let's test our connector. Perfect. All right. Actually, let's go ahead and put this through just to test our reflector. There we go. Perfect. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and clean this off with the alcohol. We'll let that dry. We'll put our primer, and then we'll go ahead and stick that on, and we'll repeat that for the other side. Then we can mount this case back on, and we can make our connection. So it's going to be pretty simple install. Okay, I've alcoholed and I've primed it, and I've let that dry, so I'm going to go ahead and slide this connector through. Pull this around the back side. Peel this protective backing. And as you can see, this still has the reflective property just like the factory piece. So you do not lose any reflective property. It's the same like the DOT standard reflector, but you do gain the LED behind this. So just to see and test, I've got a tester here, you can see. So not just the standard reflector, but now you have the LEDs behind them. All right, so let's go ahead and get this adhered on. Just pull the wire through and get this positioned in the center. Perfect fit. Okay. All right. So once you finish doing that, we'll go ahead and we'll repeat that on the other side. once we get this positioned, let's go ahead and adhere this into place. And just push that down snug. And that's it. You guys are all set. Now we can put this back on the bike and make our connection, and we'll be all set. It's looking good. Okay, before we put everything back, let's not forget to put our link system back. So from the bottom, what you want to do is just slide this up like that. Get the other side. Just slide that up there. Get our wires out of the way. That's it, just like that. Okay, so when you lay this back down, just make sure you kind of latch this back like that. And what you want to do is you want to run this wire along the edge here. And you see there's the wire here for the camera. So you want to run it along this edge and drop it on the same out where that rear camera is. And you want to do the same for the other side. Just take your time and make sure you don't pinch it in between this. So just take your time and just make sure you wrap this wire through in between the panel. Just like that. And just make sure it's free and get it out right through that opening there. So once you've got this out through that opening, here's your camera wire. And I can feel that it's loose and it's sliding back and forth pretty freely here. And so what I'm gonna do is just gonna give it some slack. I'm gonna feed it back in just a little bit, and I'm gonna take a small zip tie, and I'm just gonna zip tie this real quick right here to the camera wire. So that it just stays together. Just a small zip tie right there. Then what I'm gonna do is just take this. I'm gonna run it down through this hole, both the wires. And we're gonna pull it from the bottom. Because we're gonna go ahead and plug that into the harness that we already have down at the bottom. Because from here, it's just gonna be a direct plug-in for both sides, and you're gonna be finished. And then it's just gonna be a matter of just zip tying these wires. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually put a nice small loom on this particular harness. So I had this loom here, this small loom. What I'm gonna do is just put it inside this particular loom. It's very short. Just gonna run it down real quick. Okay, so we're back to the bottom of the bike, and we're gonna make our connection. So we've got, this is the harness off the bottom of our tail light, And we've got the 4-pin here, and we've got the other end already plugged in to our tail light. And this is the harness that comes with that. So we've got our 4-pin that's out. So again, this 4-pin will plug into the center of the lights. So let's go ahead and make that connection there. So don't forget to put dielectric grease in all your connections. Okay, so that is to the center light in the back. And now you've got two pins, and that is for the rack that we installed, the 2 reflector lights that are just going to be running lights. So no more extensions needed to go from those because the wires are long enough to reach. And that's it. Those are all your connections. So from there, let's go ahead and test the bike. And all is good. We're just going to go ahead and get that tucked away there up at the top. So let's go ahead and turn on the key and let's test it out. All right, so here we go. So we've got our side marker light. We've got our center light. And here it is on the other side. That really brightens up the back of the bike. You're up high. It's looking really good. All right, so once we've got that all tested and it looks good, so let's go ahead and don't forget to put your plastic screws back. So we got 1, 2, 3. And then also on the other side, 1, 2, 3. That's pretty much it. And you can go ahead and put everything back, but it's looking sharp, guys. All right, the install is pretty easy. Now we can go ahead and just button up all of these wires and zip tie them all back. Looking great. Hey guys, thanks for watching. You guys have a great day. We are looking good. Take care.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you new content and innovative products.